guys, so today is Thursday, April 25th, and I have finally decided to take on doing something with my makeup collection. So we moved in over the weekend on Saturday and Sunday, and I basically then have just been like very overwhelmed. I tried to do a little bit in my office, and I think that should be in some vlog footage, kind of like organizing everything that I put in here into different piles, what's in my makeup collection, what, I have to open, giveaway stuff, all of that. But now I actually need to start to do some organizing, and I just got like super overwhelmed with unpacking because obviously we had so much to do. Our kitchen, we didn't have any food. We were like eating off the floor at one point. Like we finally got our table set up, which is good. But even like my bedroom still is not even fully unpacked. It's just so much. It's been so overwhelming. And so I feel like every time I've kind of stepped into the room that has all of my makeup, I'm just like, I'm not ready. I'm not ready yet, but I really need to do it. So that's what I'm going to be working on today. And I was saying something on, I think it was Twitter, that I was just like, I'm so overwhelmed. I started to work on the kitchen the other night, and I swear to you, it was in like 10-20 minutes. I was like, I just don't know what to do. I don't know where to put things. And Mitch had to come over, and I ended up taking over like bedroom and bathroom stuff, but I just got totally overwhelmed. And I said something on Twitter, and people were like, you just have to take it like, one step at a time, one box at a time, one room at a time, one category at a time. Like, everything doesn't have to get done right away. And I was like, you know what, you're totally right. And when I was thinking about the office space, which I'll show you in a second, I think I was getting overwhelmed because there's so much in here, and I felt like I had to do it all at once, which doesn't make sense. Like, I don't have to do that. So what I want to do today, and what I thought I would film today, is unpacking everything that's in my makeup collection and getting it set up, because I know people really do want to see that, and I really want to do that because I still have boxes fully packed. Like, all of my eyeshadow palettes are still packed besides the ones that I pulled out. I have an my what's in my essentials makeup bag video that should already be up, and I kind of showed what I pulled out and like kept with me during this whole process, what didn't get packed up, what was always by me and always in the bags. So I'll have that posted, but like everything else is still in here and packed and everything. So I'm gonna unpack and organize and do all of that, and I'm gonna take you along with me finally. So this room probably looks pretty similar to kind of how the last part of the vlog ended, which was a few days ago, so I kind of don't even remember. But basically, like, this section right here is all of my makeup that needs to be organized and stored, and I have like boxes that need to be open, or like newer stuff in PR, and then like giveaway stuff over here, and like some furniture stuff back there. But this is just what I'm going to focus on right now. Like I said, just one category at a time. Take it slowly. So I was thinking, because I have these two offices, this room is going to be my filming room, and I really do want to get that set up because I want to be able to figure out where to do my lights and all of that. I've just been filming in the other room for now because it doesn't have as much stuff in it. But I was thinking I should have my makeup over here originally, and I think I might have said that at some point. And then I was like, well, that doesn't make any sense because I'm probably going to be in the other room the most because that's where my laptops are. And that's, it just makes sense to have my makeup over there, and I can get ready over there. And I want this space to obviously be my filming space, but also, have my boxes ready for giveaways and, what's going to be shipped out. And then also have an area, a nicer area of new products that I just got in. What do I need to show in unboxings on like Instagram stories, and piles for review, and what still needs to go in videos and all of that. And I think if I did that plus had my entire makeup collection over here, it would be too much, and then I wouldn't really have a whole lot in the other room. So I think, so that's where this room is. And then if you just come right here, there's Aries. And this is the room with my desks. So I have a desk here, that's where I have my computers. And so this is where I'm going to be, working, and this is where I'm going to be the most. So I figured it makes more sense to have my makeup collection in here since I'll be in here more often. I do have some lights set up because I did just finish filming some videos, but we have Aries' bench here so she can sit on this and look out the window, and we have this tree right here, and there's always birds in it, which makes her so very excited. So this is kind of where I set up, like, this is going to be our space, so I need my collection in here. So what I was thinking was, I have this bookshelf, and if you saw in the last vlog, I had a bunch of organization on it because you saw me unpacking or saw me packing it up. I had like foundations on here and concealers and highlights and all of that. So I think I'm definitely going to utilize this again for, you know, some organization. And then prior, I also had a bunch of stuff along the top of the desk and even in like these kind of cubbies here, these shelves. I think what I'm going to start with is doing the bookshelf and then the top of the desk and then seeing how we go from there, because there is also a closet in this space. It just kind of has like some printer paper and mailers in here right now, but I thought I could utilize these nice shelves too for other items, because I think I want to keep the shelves on the desk like clutter free for right now, because I want this space to be less clutter. Like I feel like the other one might get a little bit overwhelming with boxes and just packages and everything like that. I want this space to try to be a little bit less cluttery. And so I'm going to see how I do. So maybe like, you know, eyeshadow palettes or face palettes or like fun stuff to display here and on the desk, and then maybe in the closet, you know, just like some smaller items or things like that. I don't know. That's kind of what I'm thinking for right now. So you never really know until you start doing it, of course. So I'm just gonna go ahead and probably put the camera down and start to kind of set up, probably work on my bookshelf first, just kind of set this up and see what I think about it. And yeah, we'll just see how we do. We'll just try our best, right, Aries? You gonna try your best? Oh, I'm sorry, you're gonna take a nap? That's cool, I don't need help.
Oh, you make me wanna talk back to you. Say it like that. If I hate you, then find someone new. Baby, but you know I never will. No, so I choke you down just like
These are all my palettes. I have this whole box is full of palettes, and then I have like some of these organizers that I have that has eyeshadow palettes in it, and then I just have some loose ones. But that is, I don't really have like eyeshadow organization. Like, I mean, I have these two, and then that's really it. Everything else was just kind of like stacked together. So I don't know. Do you guys have any tips on like what you use to organize? But like I said, I was just doing like a bunch in my on like my shelves on my desk and everything, but I kind of want these on my bookshelf instead. But I don't know. We'll see if we can find a good way to organize them. I think I'm going to start by it like dividing into piles of like what I reach for the most and maybe what I reach for the least, and then kind of go from there. I reached out this too. I was using it in the past for like face palettes and like single bronzers and stuff like that, but I thought maybe it would work for eyeshadows. I'm not really sure. I'm not gonna lie, I'm already starting to feel incredibly overwhelmed because I don't know what to do. In the past, I just had the palettes like stacked up on top of each other. And I mean, that's what I'm gonna have to do because I don't have anything. But I think one reason why I don't have a lot of like organizers is because I've said this before, I can't visualize things. So I can't visualize the end product. Like I can't even visualize in my head what I want this to look like. So I can't even explain it to you because I can't see it. So I think that's a reason why I don't really buy organizers and stuff, because I feel like I'm buying, because I've done this in the past, I buy things and then I can't use them, or I can't figure out like the best way to use them. So it's just kind of like it turns into a waste. So I haven't really bought anything for the organization. So yeah, if you guys have tips or photos that you can send, that would be really good, because I mean, I shut the camera off for a while because I was just sitting here doing nothing, which is what I'm doing right now. I wish I had a visual memory. That would be so helpful in situations like these. Okay. All right, here we go. This I'm still reviewing. This shouldn't be over here. I have them divided into 2 piles. I still have no idea what I'm doing. So I just divided them into 2 piles, and kind of how I did it was like, these are the ones I reach for more often versus like ones I don't reach for as often. And it's like, it's not that this pile are palettes that I don't like. I did a declutter fairly recently, within the few months or so. So these are palettes that it's not necessarily that I don't like them, because like Dose of Colors I like, Huda Beauty I like, you know, I like the palettes that are in here. The Maybe Cosmetics, I do like these. Persona, I like these palettes over here, but I feel like I reach for these the most. So I kind of want to focus on where to organize these, because I feel like these are the palettes that I'm going to be reaching for more often, and then I can kind of figure out everything else that I still want to keep, that I still like, that I enjoy having around, and then kind of figure out where to put them. I think that's what I'm thinking for right now. I'm also thinking that even though I feel like I did a declutter fairly recently, I might want to do another one, because this is a lot of eyeshadow palettes when you put it all out like this. Woo! I just thought I'd give you like a little overview of what we have here. So I have 4 palettes from Anastasia. I have like 5, I think, from Colourpop, 4 from Huda, 2 Urban Decay. I have Violet Boss, 2 Dominique Cosmetics. We have Natasha, Sigma, Carity, oh, another Sigma, those 2 Sigma, Juvia's Place, Stilazzi, The Balm, this one from MAC, it's a newer one, and I just kind of keep reaching in for it. The Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette, and then 3 there from Dose of Colors. So these are kind of like ones that I can see getting reached for more often. So this is where I'm going to start. I need to like take the smallest baby steps in the world, apparently. I feel like all I'm going to work on today is eyeshadow palettes. Whew. This is a real struggle, guys. Okay, once again, I shut the camera off because I've just been sitting here staring. But I think what I decided to do is I'm gonna have the top shelf be for like my most reached for eyeshadow palettes. I'm gonna have the bookshelf be like my most reached for products. You know, like I've seen people do like top shelf makeup drawers. I believe Mel Thompson has done like what's within arm's reach type of thing. That's what the bookshelf is going to be for. The top shelf is going to be for eyeshadow palettes. I think I can probably fit them all. So that's where they're gonna go, and then the leftover ones, the ones that I don't reach for as much, they're gonna go in the closet over here. So that way they're so close, so I can still, you know, reach for them and grab them and everything, but I'm gonna have like my most used ones up here. And then I was thinking about it, and I was thinking about like how to make it, you know, pleasing on the eye and have certain ones like looking nice and all of that. But what I realized is that I mean, that's just not practical. That's, you know what I mean? Because like, for example, okay, so let me think. My biggest palette is the Jaclyn Hill Morphe. So like, wouldn't it be fun to have it, you know, like that? I don't know if you can see it super well, but like it's almost like displayed. That's not practical for me. It's gonna get knocked down. I don't want shadows to break. And when I get done using an eyeshadow palette, I would rather just be able to put it back and not be like, oh, is it, you know what I mean? Because that's, you also don't see that part, and people aren't going to be coming into my office and making sure like it looks nice type thing. So I want it to be practical to me. So I think that's what I've decided. Let's see how it goes. I decided I'm not going to use the organizers for this. Maybe I'll use it for those, or maybe I'll use it for other categories. But again, you know, you saw me like put it in and like test like taking the eyeshadow palettes in and out. I honestly think I would get annoyed. I want to come over here, I want to see my palettes, I want to grab the one I'm using and go. I don't want to be messing around again with like just to have it be pretty. I want it to be practical to me, and that's an important part too. It's practical to me. That might not be practical to everybody else, but knowing me, knowing how I do my thing, I think that's going to be for the best. Let's just give it a shot and see how it goes.
Get my no, do me in the worst way. Don't let me sleep, never say you're sorry. Oh, maybe I'll leave, baby, but you know I never will. No, so I choke you down just like a pill.
So this is what it's looking like right now. So I kind of messed with it, you know, a little bit. And I caught myself even doing things like I was putting a palette in here, and this palette was longer than like this one, and I switched it around. Honestly, I can see just when I start grabbing these piles might not look as neat all of the time. There might be, you know, this might be on top of a shorter one and all of that, just kind of knowing myself. But this is what I have for right now. This is like my top shelf eyeshadow palettes. Again, you know, I'll test this out for a little bit, but I actually got kind of excited thinking that, because I was thinking, oh my gosh, I need to have all of my eyeshadow palettes over here. And no, I don't. Let's have the shelf be my top products. And, you know, I might notice that I keep going into the other closet for an eyeshadow palette, that it can come over here. Or maybe I notice that an eyeshadow palette over here I'm really not reaching for, and it can go over there. Or I can decide, should it be decluttered? You know, something like that. So we're going to try the system for right now. Is what my top shelf like is looking like for my bookshelf and my eyeshadow palettes. I'm going to go ahead and put the other ones in the closet and see how I like it. So this is what the inside of the closet is looking like for right now. So I have like a couple things stacked here. I did use one of the organizers and just kind of stacked it like that. And then I was trying to decide if I should like keep going over here or move more towards the front. I decided to do more towards the front, and then obviously like I can add on if need be. But this is kind of what it's looking like right now, and I feel like I'm happy with it. Like I feel like the stacks aren't like too deep, and like I can still like see everything and go through everything and see, you know, what it is I want to be using, like going through Shop My Stash, you know, and all of that. I feel like I'll be able to see everything, and I can, you know, easily kind of spot what's happening over here. This is just another part of my eyeshadow collection. Again, just because my palettes are over here doesn't mean that I don't want them or I won't use them or anything like that. It's just they're not like my top shelf ones. So that is just another little overview of my eyeshadow palette collection. I feel happy with it right now. So that's good. That's a positive. Actually, I'm feeling pretty good after that. I feel like we had a breakthrough and I kind of got something going on there. So that's good. I think I really want to do my lipsticks next, and I was kind of thinking I might need a break after the eyeshadow palettes, but I think I'm going to go ahead and start the lip products, because I'm thinking like, what do I love? Like I love eyeshadow palettes and I love lip products, so maybe the second shelf on here could be more of my lip products. And again, I could maybe divide it the same way, like kind of my most used. I do have like lipstick organizers and acrylics and such, so it might be a little bit easier than the palettes. So I'm going to go ahead and grab all those out, maybe kind of divide them again and see if we can do something similar or not. Don't know yet. Let's see how it goes. This is what it's looking like right now. So I've had a bunch of these like acrylic drawers that I've had separated with different lip products, and I've had this big one. This was on my desk kind of to the right of it, but I realized I didn't love that setup because my desk would get cluttered over time, and I would like put stuff to the side, and then I could pretty much never open these two bottom drawers because there was always stuff there and I have to move it out of the way, and who has time for that? Not me. So I don't want this on my desk. It was nice because I had like, you know, some of these drawers are like favorite products of mine and they were right next to me at all times, but I couldn't get into these last drawers a lot, so I don't really want those there. And then I also have this one. This has a bunch of like lip glosses on top here. It also has my Instagram handle, which was really fun. And then I have some of these other little acrylics. I think these were all just like off of Amazon and such. So I thought I would pull these out and see if I can utilize them. This was kind of how I was storing my Urban Decay lipsticks in this little like, it came in an Urban Decay PR kit. And then I have some like loose ones here. The veins are coming out. So that's what I have right now for my lipstick collection. And I'm kind of like, I don't know if I want to pull everything out because I kind of have things, you know, like slightly organized as is. Like these are our hello Samantha, too excited. These are all Charlotte Tilbury. You know, I have a bunch of my Colourpop and NYX, you know, so things are kind of already separated. Like obviously in here, Dose of Colors and Persona. I have a bunch of like minis in these smaller drawers. I do also want to say these are all like dusty. They need to be wiped down, but I'm starting to compete with the sun because it's like 6:30 now. So I'm just going to go ahead and like organize and get it done. And then like later tonight when I'm not filming, I can take everything out and I'm probably, you know, going to put everything in the sink and all that. So don't judge me too hard right now, real life and all that, but I'm gonna do it for the vlog right now and then we'll clean later. Okay, my lip liner drawer was always super overwhelming to me. I don't know like how I've accumulated this many lip liners, but every time I'd go searching for something, I would feel like I couldn't find it because there was always so much in here. So I divided it into 2 different piles here, and I'm gonna put these, like, these are like a lot of colors that I don't wear a ton, so I don't feel like I need them in here. Like, I have a few pulled in here, but not too much. So these are like what I would wear most often. And I mean, that's still a lot of lip liners. I know that. But I feel like it's a little bit better, at least for right now. So that's what I'm gonna do for right now with those. And then I think I have an idea for these, but I'm just gonna leave them to the side for right now. Do randoms in here, like a hair tie. Never know when you need a peppermint. Also some earrings, a dime. Again, never know when someone might need to borrow some money. So I feel like that one's looking okay. All right, this is lip gloss. I decluttered quite a bit in my moving declutter too from lip glosses, and I was really looking at this drawer right here. So I feel like this one is looking pretty good too. So might see where I can put in some of this overflow though. I think mostly this top part is now lip glosses. I had a bunch of MAC down here, so let's see. Okay, so that's everything in these organizers. So I just have a few items left, including a scrub and my balm. And I was thinking maybe something like this could be good for that. And, you know, I could have some of these kind of more of like my, just like essential like lip care products in here. And maybe do it that way. And I could take the, well, I don't know if I'd want to do the lip liners in here, or maybe I'll do these lip liners that I don't reach for as much. I could put them in like this acrylic, like right here, and then I could store this in the closet. Whoa, sorry. And I could store that in the closet. That's what I have going on right now. And then these are like, I mean, I really do like my NARS too, so I might actually put my NARS here. Honestly, my NARS usually ends up in my purse, so I mean, this might not even stick around very long. So I'll have that there. And then I don't know, like I'm trying to decide if I want to put these in here, or like these are not like my essentials. Or maybe what I could do is I could have this one, maybe like fill this with some of my favorites from here. And then maybe this one, I could take some of like my non-favorites and put it in here and put this in the closet. Maybe that would be smart, because that way, like, you know, there's so many of my lip products that I just like continually reach for. Like maybe it would be silly to have them in here and have to go get them every time, so I could have like one spot for them. Like this is Honey Love, it's in my Project Pan, my 9 in 2019, so like it might be nice to have out. And then you know, like my flat white, I wear this quite a bit, and like my Marc Jacobs, I wear this quite a bit. Like maybe it would be a good idea to have them in this own little space here type thing. I don't know, maybe. I feel like this pile is like items that I just reach for a bunch. Like you saw a lot of these in like my essentials video. So I'm thinking maybe it's a good idea to put these in here and just kind of have like, you know, continuing with the idea of like top shelf. I wanted to grab out like the lip liners that I wear the most. And then again, like I can have this, I can add or I can take away as I notice, you know, myself not reaching for something as much and all of that. So just kind of do one of these for right now. Yeah. I think I like that idea. Yeah, okay. Okay, so that's what we'll do with this. And then I'm gonna pull the ones out of the drawer that I just don't reach for as much, and I can put them in here. Yeah, okay, all right, on it. Like this idea. So I think I'm pretty happy with this for right now. So this is what we have. So we have a couple different organizers here. I have like Urban Decay and Colourpop in here. This is my not used as much, and this is my essentials, what I reach into the most. So I think I'm pretty happy with that. And I'm thinking, so like kind of this whole organizer right here, I don't reach into these as much, like some Charlotte Tilbury that I don't go into a ton. These are kind of like lip toppers that I just don't reach into super often. And then some Colourpop and like NYX and things like that. So I don't reach into this one a ton. So I think this one's also going to go into the closet with this. This obviously is going to go on the bookshelf. Let me think. This has like Ofra Lawless. Like, yes, this is going to stay. I think actually, I think this one can go in the closet too. Yeah, this can go in the closet. And then these, I think these could stay out. I'm pulling another Audible here. So I was looking at this and I was like, okay, these four from Colourpop are the Velvet Blur formula, and that's not my favorite. I also have my Urban Decays over here. Are gonna go in the closet, but I actually think I want it the other way too. I think I'm gonna do, yeah, so I'm gonna do the bigger one here for my lipsticks, and then lipsticks there. These can actually stack pretty nicely over here, so I just have them all stacked up, and that way I can find them if I need to. I also have these lipsticks, so I'm just gonna set them right there for now, and I think that will be good. So we have eyeshadows, we have lipsticks, and then coming over here we have eyeshadows and lipsticks. I feel like I like the way that this is looking right now. Again, it might change as I, keep going, but I like how this is looking at this moment. Alrighty, so I don't feel like a whole lot, like it doesn't look like much happened with this room. I did get that giant box of palettes out, but we still definitely have a long way to go, but it is nearing 7 o'clock now. I haven't eaten dinner yet. That took me a long time, and honestly, most of it was me staring and like trying to visualize. So I know that I might have a few organizers that are going to be left over. So, I'll just kind of see how it goes and see if those will go up in the closet too, but I feel pretty good right now. That was a lot. I got overwhelmed so many times. Like Mitch came home from work at one point, was like trying to calm me down, like, and I'm trying to remember one box at a time, it's okay. So I feel really happy with the eyeshadows and the lipsticks. I think those are two of the biggest parts of my collection. And I feel really good about that. Yeah, I'm gonna go clean everything now that you saw in there. So I'm gonna basically take everything apart and clean everything and then put it all back together. So it's still gonna be a long night, but thank you guys. Really, honestly, if you have any like good tips for me or want to send me any photos, like I said, I don't have that visual mind, so pictures really help me a lot. I'm probably gonna take some time and browse like Pinterest tonight. And I think one reason too, like I get overwhelmed because so for today, for example, I watched a video from Makeup Shayla, like her home tour, and it was all about her, interior design and decorating. And I mean, it's like the homes that you see on TV that are absolutely perfect, that are, she kept saying, this was custom designed, this was custom designed. I don't have that, and it's like no shade at all, because that's amazing and she works so hard and I know that. But sometimes, you get in your own mind and you start to compare. And I think one reason I started to get kind of panicky was because I'm vlogging it too. I think maybe if it was just me, I would have been a little bit calmer. But knowing that like this is going on the internet, I'm like, oh my gosh, my house doesn't look like that house, or you know what I'm saying? So like I started to get like weird in my mind, and that's why I was like, oh, I should make it, look really pretty, and it's like, okay, but that's not practical for me. Like, it's just not. So I had to take a step back and just remind myself that I'm just me and I'm just doing the best that I can, and to not put too much pressure on myself. Definitely something that's super hard, and something that you always kind of have to remind yourself and tell yourself over and over again, because it's really easy to get caught up in like comparing and thinking you're not good enough and all of that. So I just thought I would say that really quickly in case anyone else is maybe feeling that way too. So yeah, okay, that's where I'm gonna leave it for now. Hopefully we will jump back in at some point and keep on organizing.